Hey, so today is a Sunday and today is a bit of a project day. I'm going to be updating the pond again. I'm going to be building a cage because I'm going to be getting some more Medaka fish because I've been really sad since I lost the last lot. I think a heron came and stole them because I could see some signs of pecking around the pond. But before I get the fish, I need to make sure I can protect them. So I'm going to make a cage, and for that I need wood. So today is a bit of a mission. I'm going to be going to a hardware shop to get some wood, and then I'm going to be going to a nearby garden centre that does aquatics as well, because I want to get some more pondweed to oxygenate the pond, and maybe also some floating plants as well to go on the surface. And it's a really nice garden centre as well, and they have a fantastic range of house plants in particular. So we'll have a wander around there, a bit of a vlog style episode this one, and then hopefully we'll get onto some building later on. Oh my gosh, a big stick just fell on the car. It's really windy out there today, not ideal conditions for filming. So yes, come join me, we'll do a bit of building, bit of shopping, and yeah, I better head off because the shop's always shut early on a Sunday. So yeah, catch you in a bit. So this is Bardill's Garden Centre along the A52 near Derby. If you've been there before, you'll know it's rather nice, and oh my gosh, they've got lots of pittosporums, which are one of my absolute favourite shrubs, and I now have lots of them on the allotment. But I really need to avoid the plants today because I'm heading into the Fish and Aquatic Centre to get a few little things. It's such a nice little place with lots of fish that you can buy and basically everything you'd ever need for a pond or tank. And I'm always lured over to the lumps of wood. I don't know why or what it is about them. I just really like them. Couldn't help but check out the little turtles, adorable. And also they've got lots of little fish as well. I bought some micro pellet fish food for my tiny little fish. And I've also got a water testing kit that measures the nitrates and basically how safe the water is for your fish, because I haven't got this before. But this is what I've really come in for, a bit of pondweed to oxygenate the pond. But I couldn't help but check out the houseplant section because this garden centre has such an amazing range, and I may have found a couple that I liked, which are the Skindapsus. There's this really silvery one called Moonlight. This one I actually lost last year. I did have one, but I had thrips and it decimated loads of my plants. But then I found this one as well, which is like more green with a little bit of white speckling. Well, that was a successful trip, and I've now got 2 new houseplants. I couldn't decide, so obviously I bought both, but also my sister has just moved to a new home and I know that she will love one of these as well, so I ended up buying 3. But now I better get back into the centre of Nottingham, head to Wicks, get some wood, and then hopefully start the build. This is going to be a really simple project with quite basic materials, so I'm using this cubed sort of piece of wood for the table legs, and also some slimmer stuff as well that I'm going to be using for a frame to go over the top of the legs. So first of all, I'm here cutting the legs that are about 60 centimeters in height, and then this is the frame that I've made that's going to sit on top of the legs. So with the help of my mister, we then secured the top frame to the legs, and then the mesh panel is actually going to go over the top to stop birds from pecking in and down. This is how I secured it, really straightforward. I'm not very good at DIY, as you'll find out in my mistake in just a moment, but it came together really easy and I was quite pleased with how well it was going until this happened. Essentially, I was not meant to be using my hammer there with these little tacks. I was going to use my staple gun, but I couldn't find it, so I just persevered with this. I hit the wood too hard and then dislodged the screw, so that's something I need to fix. I then secured a smaller type of chicken wire around the outside and put some extra strength across those legs by putting some sort of cross members across. That really helped make it much more secure, as they were starting to sort of bow inwards a little bit. And after I'd finished this, I couldn't believe how strong and sturdy it was. So it wasn't going to blow over, and it wasn't going to get knocked out by a clever heron or a crow or something. It was really quite sturdy and I was so proud. But now for the moment of truth, will it fit? So this is how it'll be covered all the time when I'm not here, and it fits absolutely perfectly. I've got about 20 centimetres above so that plants can grow, and a bit of breathing space either side as well. Really pleased. So the pond is now ready, and excuse my bedraggled appearance, it's been a very hot day today. It's been about 27 degrees. At work, in the polytunnels and the nursery, it's been very hot. So it's now a Friday evening, it's about 6:30 in the evening, and I've got a very special package right next to me because my new fish have arrived. And I've already had a sneak peek because I just wanted to check they were okay, because they were supposed to arrive yesterday, but there was a delay with the UPS delivery, so they ended up coming today instead. So I've been fretting because they've been, you know, a couple of days in the post coming from Scotland, and with all the high temperatures today I was just a little bit worried, but they're absolutely fine. They're very small, so just bear that in mind. They're not big fish at all. They're babies. So this evening's plan is to acclimatise them to the new pond and then release them, and then cover them with my brand new cage that I've built and I'm so proud of. So yes, that is the plan. So let's take a short drive and head up to the plot. Here they are inside the box in their bags, but you probably won't see them because they're so small. Let's go. I'm trying so desperately, trying not to slosh them. I can hear the water just going slosh, slosh, slosh with every step. Poor things. It's the last thing they want after such a long journey from Scotland is to me just to throw them around. Almost there. So then we're here with new fish at last, and a cage to protect them. First thing of all, we've just got to acclimatise them, and this will just be like in my first ever pond video. We're going to, well, let's go ahead and do it, shall we? Let's take this off. Very secure cage. So before we put them in the water, we have to acclimatise them and change the temperature of this to the temperature of the tank, which we do by floating this in the pond for a little while. Hello, these are the orange ones, so I've got two different colours this time. We've got 3 orange Medaka and 2 of the platinum, which is like a really bright silvery, almost blue kind of colour, but they are absolutely minute. So let's pop the bag on there. Ooh, going for a swim. These are the 2 platinum ones, and we'll float you. In fact, let's take Judith out for a minute. Give me a bit more room, because these bags are quite big. So I'm going to leave them there for half an hour now to make sure they're acclimatised and they don't go into shock when I put them into the tank, so we'll come back shortly. I'd previously learned that it's not a good idea to tip the water that the fish are in into your pond, so what I'm doing now is essentially straining off the fish into a net that I can then transfer into the pond water that I've collected in this Tupperware here. And you can see there that's the 2 silver or platinum Medaka, and then in here we should have 3 orange ones. And then I wanted to let them sit in this water for a little while too, so they could sort of acclimatise to what essentially their new home will feel like, because this is the pond water. And it just amused me so much. Look at them chasing the water flea, can you see? So they must be hungry. I thought I'd try actually see if the new food that I bought was something they wanted to eat, so I did sprinkle some in after sort of grinding it up a little bit, because I realised it was already still too big for these tiny little fish. Turns out they weren't too hungry for that, but I I think, you know, they're still a bit stressed from their journey and probably need to acclimatise a little bit first. But yes, really pleased with them. The colours are gorgeous. I love how bright those silvery ones are. And then I eventually gradually tipped them into the pond, into the new home, and they very quickly swam down to the bottom. I think it shocked them a little bit, but we did have a brave one that swam up to the surface. I think it was the orange one that was first to come up and say hello and investigate its new surroundings. And then pretty soon they all started to come up. I was a little bit worried at first because I noticed this strange stringy stuff going out of the platinum's mouth and like along its body. I was a little bit worried in case it was like a parasite or something, but I checked on it the following day and it had completely gone. So that was a relief, and he was eating fine and had a good appetite. He's a little bit bigger than the other platinum one, can you see? And that smaller one is slightly darker in like a blue kind of colour. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they grow, and the colours will be much more vibrant and intense as time goes on and as they grow. It's so quick and easy to do that. I'm just so pleased that I've got some new little fish for my plot. They're just so relaxing to watch, so I can take off the cage and relax down here over the summer months and see what they're up to. And this cage is going to be great for keeping out the predators like Mr. Heron, who came and took the last lot, and it will also stop anything else from dibbing in that shouldn't be. But also it's already doing a good job of preventing leaves and fallen debris from getting into the pond and gunking it up and, you know, making it a bit nasty. So this is going to be especially useful come autumn when that tree up there completely sheds its leaves. And yeah, I'm just so excited to have some on the plot again. Oh, now last time we had the fish, I gave them Scottish names because they've come all the way from Scotland. So I think I need some more Scottish names, 5 of them. Mixture of male and female. Fire away in the comments and I'll choose some and name them in the coming weeks. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this little pond update. I'll keep you posted on how they're doing. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.